After the 2007 film's surprising box office, it is an even bigger surprise that Disney continues to delay National Treasure 3. The first two National Treasure films were not only huge due to their premises and action sequences. The characterization, iconic lines, and performance by Nicolas Cage are also what brought them favor and have kept the first two movies in audiences' minds through to today. Therefore, National Treasure 3's story, if it contains these elements, should be an easy thing to capitalize on for Disney. However, updates on National Treasure 3 have been fairly minimal despite its many advantages. Screenwriter Ted Elliott, who worked on the first two films, did mention that the first draft of the script was done and that many familiar faces would return, but nothing has been announced since then. This is not only disappointing to audiences who love the franchise but surprising since the sequel made an even bigger box office than the first film, making National Treasure 3 a clear no-brainer to greenlight. National Treasure 2 made more money than the first movie, so a third should be a no-brainer. Both films were considered box office successes. National Treasure 3 should be a no-brainer considering the fact that National Treasure 2 made even more money than the first, garnering both profit and audience acclaim upon release. The original film made a worldwide box office of over $347.5 million against a $100 million budget, making it a box office success. The second film, however, was able to surpass it easily, gaining a worldwide box office of $449.2 million against a $130 million budget, earning audience favor as well as strong profits for Disney. National Treasure's Rotten Tomatoes record also highlights how easily National Treasure 3 could continue the franchise's success. Despite both films receiving disappointing critic scores, audience ratings were and continue to be fairly positive at 76% and 67% respectively due to Cage's performance and its quotability, keeping it in the zeitgeist. Through a few story and character augmentations, those box office and Rotten Tomatoes scores could rise even further, allowing National Treasure 3 to build on National Treasure 2's impressive box office feat years later. Why National Treasure 2 surpassing the first movie's box office is such an impressive feat? Sequels rarely surpass the first movie box office-wise. Nic Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence in National Treasure. National Treasure 2's box office feat is so impressive as sequels rarely do better than the original films, making National Treasure 3 a strong investment for Disney. In many cases, a sequel film will not do as well due to shifting too far from the main story or too much time passing between films. Even without those two factors working against it, National Treasure 2's success as a family-friendly action film is still shocking, making Disney's hesitation to invest heavily in continuing the franchise more confusing. National Treasure's streaming plan may have been unsuccessful, but a third film still has the potential to be a financial success for Disney and a great continuation for audiences. The unresolved ending storyline of the second film, paired with Cage's continued fame and the audience's love of quoting the movies, makes a continuation simple both story-wise and practically. National Treasure 3 could break the descending cycle of trilogies as easily as the franchise did sequels as the next great American mystery is uncovered.